I thought, you know what, I want to be a singer. And my parents supported me wholeheartedly with that decision. And then from that point onwards, I was signed. I was at school, then I went into high school. I got into a girl group called Trinity, and I ended up doing homeschooling. So I stopped going to school because commitments were quite full on in that area. And yeah, from that point on, it was just music every day, recording studios till 5 a.m, not going to any formals, not going to any clubs, nothing. It was just music.
So how did you remain grounded, as to say, because
Yeah.
being a young girl, you're probably getting a lot of attention. People telling you all the time, you know, you're great, you've got a great voice, you know, you're going to be a superstar. So what kept you grounded? Or
Some people don't really know, but I struggled throughout my whole life with taking compliments. I had my own issues like insecurities and as any teenager would. And I was so shy and so insecure with myself that being told those things, I never really believed it. And I lacked that belief in myself. So when people used to say it, I never really took it on board. But I would, I'd even have my parents there, my family, that would always ground me, always. And none of that really got to my head. I was always just focusing and working. I never had time to sit there and, you know, it was more of my family that was around me at that point. Yeah.
in sticking with your family, what you're doing or what you did, it's not a traditional career choice. That's to say, as in growing up, in a Greek demographic sort of style, and so, I mean, work for you. Talk to us about your parents and.
They were quite supportive from the start, especially my mum. She was very, she loves music anyway, so she thought, my daughter wants to follow her dreams. We're right there behind her. And then my dad jumped on board as well when he realised I got signed, and he thought maybe this could actually work. And then from that point onwards, it was hard because, of course, your parents want you to study. That's the main thing that a kid is meant to do throughout their school years, but I wasn't really focusing on my study. I was more with the music side of things, but eventually they thought, let her spread her wings and soar. Yeah. I just want to go to the studio, or I had to go to Sydney to sing, or the last thing I want to do is bring my books and start writing and reading. But I had to pull through, and at the end of it, I just thought, I'm not going to go to uni, just stick it out and see what happens.
Tell us some,
That's terrible.
some of your achievements.
Sorry, don't put that in there, please.
Tell us about your...
Some of my achievements were obviously getting signed. That was great for me, and then being in the girl group was fun. That was a big step for me because people were very interested in us, and we ended up travelling to America, travelling with Jason Derulo. We did a whole tour for 6 months around the world. I went to places, I was 17 turning 18, and I was without my mum and dad and travelled to the most random places in Europe, America, even went to Greece for 2 weeks to have a bit of a holiday. And it was a big, daunting experience, but at the end of the day, I learnt so much and I grew up really quickly, but those were big highlights. So it was a good experience.
In your family life?
Yeah. Being a singer and also being a singer and being also Greek as well, it's a bit of... It's hard because singing requires you to do so many things, travel, not be really stable in one space. And and the other part of me is very family orientated, and I like that comfort and being in one spot and having the security. So I struggle sometimes with the whole crap, I've got to go here and I've got to go there, but I miss my family. I'm very attached. So that's being very close and having so much family around you all the time, you get used to that. But I've had to detach myself a little bit from that. Yeah.
Tell us something that not many people know about you.
Before I was into the music industry, I was actually a tomboy. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't wear high heels. I was a soccer player. I was, instead of playing with the girls and the Barbie dolls, I was with the boys' Nintendo. And unfortunately, I'm going to say unfortunately, I was forced to change because the label was like, you can't, what are you doing? You're coming into the studio with runners and me. But I was moulded into something else, which, now that I'm a solo artist, I'm trying to get back to my roots. Yeah. So forced to hide it that I'm scared to show it now. So there's the tomboy is me, but I've always had a facade, so I'm trying to take the layers off again and go back to normality and simplicity. So that's been a bit of a challenge, but there is definitely a tomboy at home, more so. Yianna at home, I'm very But I'm extremely, just lounging around. I'm always in my comfortable clothing. I'm always with my parents and my family, or I go out for coffee. I'm just very average. Oh my God, what am I saying?
I love that.
I meant like very normal. Like I'm not some sort of glamour or something at home. I'm just, I'll start again. Yianna at home, just very simple, very, easy going. I don't know what to say. What's Yianna at home? Just very simple.
Yeah.
I'll just say simple.
You're just very simple, aren't you?
I am actually. Yeah, Yianna at home. I'm very simple when it comes to me just being at home with my family and just do normal things that any normal girl at my age would do, just with my sisters, my siblings, and just watching TV. Very comfortable, yeah. Yeah, guidelines and like sayings that I live by are definitely, living each day as it comes, because I struggled with that. So I've had to just really be patient, because I'm one to be like, it's got to happen now. So, living each day as it comes, and everything happens for a reason, whether it's good or bad. It's going to help you, and it's part of your journey, and everything's meant to be where it is at the moment. So you can't change your destiny, you know what I mean? So that's what I think. On tour, when I was on tour with Jason Derulo, we were driving a tour bus. So we had someone driving the bus, and one night he was asleep, and we thought we should just take it for a bit of a spin, But we ended up causing a big collision in America, and I was the driver. I ended up smashing into cars and poles and gates, and I ended up having the Philadelphia police after me. So, I had to escape anyway. The next day I was off to another country, so I was all right. In Melbourne, and they're calling me. The voice was, I wouldn't do it again. It wasn't me, it wasn't for me. I never really wanted to do it initially, but I, once again, was, told it would be a good career move. To be honest with you, it was hard, because I had to sing songs that I didn't want to sing. I had to wear things I didn't want to wear, and unfortunately I was stereotyped and manipulated into a way that I wasn't even aware of at the time until I saw it on TV. So TV is a very powerful thing, you know what I mean? And it can make people think so many different things, and that's not even you, you know what I mean? So I was pretty much portrayed to nationwide, all over Australia, this girl that was apparently stuck up and whatnot, but it was a journey, it was a challenge, and I had to go through that for whatever reason. But I have definitely learned from that experience, and I know that next time, just be yourself, be true to yourself, and hopefully, my journey now is to prove to people who Yianna really is, and that she's not what was portrayed on television. Yeah. But I had to just come to terms with it and accept it. And, I was very angry. I was very angry because I was sour, because that was my life I thought was going down the drain. But it wasn't as bad as what I made it out to be. I was very over the top about it, and I think I just overcame it. Like, I didn't want to talk about it. As soon as I finished, I was like, I erased it. I was in denial, and I wanted to pretend like nothing happened. So when people were like, so how was the voice? I'd just be like, yeah, good. Don't want to go into it. And then one night my mum sat me down and she goes, you need to deal with this. Because I think now it's okay. Like, I know that it'll be okay, and I learnt so much, and now I just don't want to, I want to be me. I don't want to try and be someone that I'm not. And as hard as it is, it's there. It's coming along, and people are starting to recognise that and appreciate that. So, yeah.
Okay, well, where do you see Yianna down the track?
Sorry. Where do I see Yianna down the track? Yep. I see myself definitely being in the music scene. Whether it's, I can't say. My dreams and hopes are to be an artist, a recording artist. I love performing, and to do what I love is what I want to do. I don't want to be in a job where I'm dreading my life. So singing, whether it's a singing teacher, whether it's having my own massive school, whether it's travelling the world, like, it's on the list for me. So hopefully that's where I'm at, or maybe TV presenting as well. So yeah.
Finally, advice for any aspiring youth that are probably thinking about, what you're...
Advice for girls or boys, whoever that are wanting to get into the music scene and industry, it's, just practice. Don't take the passion out of it. Don't get caught up in the business side of things. Always follow your heart and practice. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. Hang on a second, sorry.
No, keep going.
Okay. So advice to anyone who's wanting to get into the music industry, you know, always follow your dreams. It's important to do that and to be true to yourself. Don't let anyone mold you, and make sure you have fun, because sometimes it can get too business orientated and that can suck the life out of you. So, you know, have fun with it, sing. It's all about singing, you know, and just enjoy it. Yeah. Is that it? That's a wrap.
In Greek, food.
Yianna Stavrou.
Your favourite Greek saying?
Favorite Greek saying? Who else says it? Is it that one? Christos και Παναγία? Funny, I always laugh when she says it. It's not my favourite one. I don't know what my favourite one is. Malaka.